It is Friday, May 18th, 2025. This is another edition of Baseball Today. That is my man, Trevor Plouffe. I am Chris Rose, producer Dan, and intern Sawyer along for the ride as well. I start by introducing a new minor league lid to the family, and this one is colorful. I love it. It is the alternate cap of the Hudson Valley Renegades. That is the high A affiliate in the New York Yankees. 3 times this year, they're going to turn into the Hudson Valley Retrievers. That's the little golden retriever there. I love the colors on this thing.
I wish I could have a golden retriever. I really do. I think they're the cutest dogs around, but they shed. That's why I don't have one.
Oh, I didn't know that. Do they?
I've had shedding dogs before, and it's just really, really tough. But I do like the lid. I like the color. It's kind of like a USC vibe right there.
No, it's more red.
Too red, huh? Not cardinal enough for you?
No. It's more. Yeah, it's definitely not USC colors.
It sure looks like it, Chris.
Yeah. Just check out social media channels if you want to go support them. It's always nice when we do. I like this one an awful lot. I also like this as I tip my cap. Little college baseball, and this more on a personal note. I went to the Northwestern UCLA game. UCLA is a top 20 team. They're really, really good. They might actually host a regional, which is pretty cool. As far as Northwestern, it was near and dear to my heart because a couple of kids that I've known since the age of 5 started. That's Bennett Markinson, who's a senior catcher going deep. Way to go, Bennett. We've known his family for 20 years or so. And this is Josh's former elementary schoolmate, Sam Lebolke, who actually was part of Jack Leiter's recruiting class at Vanderbilt. He's now a grad student at Northwestern, battled some injury issues, has continued on, and ended up pitching great for Northwestern. And it was just fun. You'll reach this age in like 15 years. Hopefully, it's friends of yours right now that are seeing Teddy play, whether that's college baseball or the minor leagues, and they'll be like, I've known him since he was 5. I've reached that age, and it's really cool.
Yeah, I think that's cool. I actually had a talk with Jack Wilson, Jacob Wilson's father, and we were talking youth baseball, and he was just kind of giving me what he thought, and it was like very insightful conversation. But he said on his son's travel ball team, 11 kids went D1.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't see that from the SoCal Padres right now, but
Not yet.
See. They could develop. Coach Trav's helping them out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a kid, the closer for UCLA, Brady, our younger son, who just finished his freshman year. They battled each other in All-Stars from age 7 up, and now you see him as a 96-mile-an-hour closer. It's fun stuff. It's one of the few benefits of actually getting older, I suppose. So tip of the cap to Bennett and Sam. Great job, and it was awesome watching you dudes. All right, let's get to it. First ever rivalry weekend in the show, whatever the heck that means. The spotlight will be squarely on New York City as the Mets head on over to the Bronx, and that means it's the return of Juan Soto, guy who helped the Yanks get to the World Series his lone season with the team. Soto, of course, signed for upwards of $800 million to move across town. He admitted to John Heyman of the New York Post, quote, it's going to be 50,000 against 1. They're going to try to get on me, It's part of it. How bad do you think it gets tonight for Juan Soto?
This is really strange, Chris, because I'm not sure it would be that bad until he said something like that. He helped them get to the World Series last year. It's not his fault. They had a chance to sign him and it didn't happen. So I think a lot of people might have cheered him and said, "Hey, thanks for your service, 1 year." That he was phenomenal for them last year. But now you put it out there, 50,000 versus 1. I feel like it might be that. So I'm very interested in this. Not like it's going to have much of an effect on the game, but I do like to see what kind of reception people get when they go back to places. And again, maybe I'm totally off base on this, and Yankee fans are probably going to yell at me in the comments. But before he said that, I would have imagined yes, boos, but also maybe some cheers mixed in. Now I think it's going to be strictly just boos, and they're going to be on him all game.
So you don't think his first at bat, when he gets announced that he gets cheered?
Well, it doesn't sound like it. If he's calling for this, that's what I'm saying. Yes, before that, I think that he might have gotten some cheers, but now I feel like he's almost taunting and saying, "Hey, you're going to do it? Let's do it."
Well, I think he answered the question honestly. I don't know if he's taunting, and I appreciate that. The one thing he hasn't run from is answering questions so far, whether it's, "Hey, you look miserable. And he said, "Listen, I don't regret it at all." He knows that it's been a slowish start for him. By the time it's all said and done, he's still going to have probably a 930 OPS. But let's remember how great he was. And
Yeah.
it was Judge and Soto that were 1A and 1B in terms of the reason that the Yankees made it to the Fall Classic for the first time in 15 years. He set a record, personal record for home runs, first time he went over 40. It was, I believe, his highest OPS in a full season, OPS plus. Not OPS, but OPS plus. He had an amazing solo year in the Bronx. And if I were a Yankees fan, like I get it, not a lot of players leave the Yankees for richer pastures elsewhere. This is one of the very few times that it has happened. And so I think if I were a Yankee fan, I think I would probably cheer him the first time. And then after that, let him have it.
Well, like, if he went to the Phillies and he came back in an interleague series, I think he'd get cheered.
Yeah,
But I
that's
think the
possible.
Mets have something to do with it as well. Crosstown rival.
Totally.
That's I think where a lot of the boos will stem from. I'm curious. We'll see. In my mind, going into it before he said those quotes, I was like, he'll probably get a smattering of cheers, smattering of boos. It'll be split. But now I think, like, again, I think now that it's out there, I think he's gonna get booed, Chris.
All right, so we want to hear from you. What do you think the reaction is going to be? What would the reaction be? Put yourself in a Yankees fan's shoes. I mean, I don't care either way. I do have one other question. Is there any way he only DHs this first game?
Ooh, just to get, like, used to it and not have to be out there?
Not used to it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So he doesn't have to wear it in right field.
Just go take it like a
I
man.
agree.
Get out there in right field. Don't
I
don't hide
agree.
from
I
that.
I hope Mendoza doesn't hide him and just
Yeah.
yeah, I'd rather see him out there deal with it.
Like, if he goes to I don't even I guess I'm not super versed in, like, Yankees fandom, like, how they handle players that come back. Like, I feel like some guys that have come back, they've been really receptive of, haven't they?
Well, it depends who it is and what you help the team do.
Did he earn his pinstripes, Dan?
Ooh, that's a good question. Did he earn his pinstripes?
Of course he did.
I, I
He's out. Dan's out on Juan Soto, so he says if he did, he doesn't
what
have
do
them
you
anymore.
so what do you think? He had a monster year. He finished third in the MVP voting. What else could he have done? He wasn't the reason that they lost the World Series.
That sounds pouty, Dan.
It does sound a little pouty. You're right. Well, Dan is saying that of course it's pouty, that's the whole point. Man, there's a lot to digest. So leave it in the comments section for us. What do you think the reception is? What do you think the reception should be? And last quick question before we move on from this is who's going to have bigger impact this weekend? Juan Soto or Aaron Judge?
I mean, the way the season's been going, probably Aaron Judge. Are you going Juan
Oh,
Soto, right field, just freaking second deck a few times or what?
let me see the pitching matchups. I haven't truly gotten into those. Let's see here. So tonight it's oh god, what am I doing here? What day are we on?
It's
Sorry,
Friday, May 16th.
thanks. I'm all over. I'm like, wait, what series is that? That's not right. So this one is McGill and Rodon. So he's got to go against a very, very tough lefty. Then
Yeah.
it's Canning against Clark Schmidt. Oh, he's definitely going deep that day. And then, God, Peterson and Max Fried. So he's got to face two of the
Couple
toughest
lefties.
lefties.
Yeah, let's go Aaron Judge then. I think Aaron Judge might hit 3 homers in this series.
Ooh,
That's fun for Judge to be like, "You know what? I'm the guy.
absolutely.
You're
Hey,
not the guy, I'm the guy." Even though Juan Soto's like, "Well, let me stand on my wallet and then I'm the guy."
I mean, think of what a huge weekend this is for New York between the Knicks with a chance to clinch against Boston and then the Mets and Soto's return to the boogie down. This is some great stuff. I love it. Leave your comments. Let us know what's going to happen. Let us know how you would treat Soto. Let us know how you think he's going to get treated. The one thing I want to say, and I know most of our community this does not apply to you, but if you have a Yankee fan that is a bleacher creature, and maybe you want to say, "Hey, I'd love the dad of John Boy Media to impart a little wisdom." Say whatever the heck you want for the most part. Don't throw shit. That's the only thing I
Oh, they
beg.
better not throw stuff. Come on.
Please, please, let's have it be fun. so that we're talking on Monday about what a great atmosphere it was, and we're not talking about anything where people are stupid. That's all. That's all I beg of you. That's it. Thank you. Okay, let's move on. Shohei Ohtani is going to get a chance to face his old club in the Freeway Series this weekend when the Angels come a-calling. And guess what? Got a nice little warm-up against the Athletics.
There's another shot, center field. Back it goes. Gone again. Another Ohtani home run. He's tied with Kyle Schwarber for the National League lead.
And Aaron Judge for the American League lead. That is his 20th career multi-homer game. He did it again on his bobblehead night. Remember when he had bobblehead night, he hit a walk-off homer. And oh, by the way, if you're keeping track, he still has 2 more bobblehead nights later this season.
Year?
Yeah.
He's got 4 bobblehead nights?
Well, why wouldn't you if you're the Dodgers?
And you know what? I think on all Shohei nights, they're for everybody, which is really cool. Because a lot of times you have to buy the ticket package, but when they did it the right way.
Yeah, they did. He's insane right now. You know that's 8 homers in his last 12 games.
I was there on Tuesday, and we sit down. Obviously, he bats leadoff for them, so bottom of the first inning, man. Boom. Last 2 games I've been to, first to bat homer for Shohei, and just rockets. The ball sounds so different when he hits it.
That's the thing. The sound is insane. It really.
He also on Tuesday beat out an infield single.
Yeah,
that was like a swinging bunt though, but still.
So it got ugly on the A's side. They threw their backup catcher Johnny Pareda, and it was as entertaining a position player mound appearance can be. Here it is against Shohei. Look at him. He did this throughout the entire inning where he's walking off to the side. He's backpedaling. He kept throwing those floaters. And then, as Ohtani missed one, he finished him off with 89 out of the zone and struck him out. And he asked for the baseball afterward. They threw it in the dugout, which I loved. But how about him throwing and then backing up? He said, I just didn't want to get killed by a line drive.
I mean, you know how I feel about position players pitching. I'm not a huge fan of it. This was pretty entertaining. For real, he's heard the sound of the bat. He's like, I'm not trying to get in front of one of those things. And then, if we're being honest, just straight baseball talk here, elite tunneling right there. Like throwing that looper up there at 60 miles an hour and then starting the heater at 89 up top. Like Ohtani, like he missed that. Good sequence right there.
I always worry, though, when position players are lobbing it, and then they let it loose. That's when guys get hurt. So I hope that he feels okay today.
No, position players aren't wusses, dude. We don't get hurt like that.
Okay. You got it.
Why was Shohei hitting is my question.
Because he was trying for a 3rd homer.
I guess, but dude, I mean, what is that? And the long list of accolades in Shohei's career, you think he really cares about how many 3 homer games he has?
Do you think Dave Roberts wanted to get booed out of the stadium?
You don't have to do it right before his at bat. You could just take him out, whenever.
After his 2nd home run, when maybe he's got 2 more at bats still coming the way that they were swinging the bats, maybe a 4 homer. No way, buddy.
I guess, but I would have been like, Shohei, don't you see how he was swinging those pitches?
Oh, come on. All right. So now he gets to play the Angels. Is it still a big deal now in year 2 of facing the Angels, or is this just another series?
I think it's just another series. I don't think he has any he doesn't hate the Angels. I mean, they gave him his chance. Like when other teams wouldn't let him do both, like the Angels let him do both. I think his relationship with the Angels is fine. Like I don't think there's bad blood between, at least on his side. Because like I said, they gave him his chance. So I think it's just another series for him, and for Angels fans, you had him. You knew he wasn't going to stay there. I think you just enjoy the time that you had with him.
Well, I asked Swilly, since she's the biggest Angels fan in this company, and I think maybe the only one.
I'm an Angels
fan. She said that it's not a big deal because we suck. She said that's the hard thing. She goes, if we were kind of like a wild card contender or something like that. So I understand that side of it. All from The Athletic put out a fantastic column talking about the missed opportunity for the Angels, that the first 2 years of Shohei, they were top 6 in attendance, and then they started to drop off. They never properly took advantage. Remember, you and I went to a game out there. It was a day game, It was he and McClanahan, right, of the Rays when he was having that amazing year. And there weren't nobody. It was a day game during the week, but still nobody was in the stands.
No,
We were like,
we sat wherever we wanted to sit.
we kept moving around the stadium, sat wherever we wanted the
You
whole
got ice
day.
cream?
Well, we were thinking to ourselves, like, you could have gotten a Shohei pitching ticket for $6 or $7. Like, how terribly did they mismanage this whole thing?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know the logistics of everything. If you want me to start bagging on the Angels for being a bad baseball team, I don't think I really want to get into it right now, to be honest with you.
Well, I think what part of what Ken did, which was a little bit of what we did yesterday with the Skeens topic, was they knew they weren't going to be any good in year 5 of Ohtani. Why didn't they trade him? He even reported that Jackson Merrill's name was on the table. And when you look at what the Nationals ended up getting for Juan Soto, imagine what you could have gotten for Shohei Ohtani. And now the Angels have some guys to build around in addition to Logan O'Hoppe and Zach Neto and Soriano. And if you add 3 or 4 more pieces, maybe we're not talking about the AL West doormat that they've become.
Yeah, I mean, it's hindsight is 2020. Again, like I think at the time they're thinking we want to keep this guy here as long as possible. And they did have that run at his last year to get him into contention for the wild card. And they ended up keeping him. So like I can't go back. I applauded them for that. I don't know. I guess in year 4 you do it. I don't know. That's crazy though to trade that talent away.
Yeah. You know, it's great. They ended up getting the 74th pick in the draft. Who turned
Who
into
was
the
it?
reliever? Johnson, the guy who made his major league debut without having pitched in the minors. And he came up here and it wasn't good, and now he is in the minors, I believe.
Okay.
The guy who broke camp with the team this year.
Yeah.
And listen, I hope he has a fruitful career. I hope he's great. You missed the boat. I was telling him to trade Shohei. I remember to the Reds.
You did.
I think I had him go to the Reds in that in the trade draft, which I'm so bad at. So there you go. All right, it's time right now for our Like a Bosch Player of the Week. It's brought to you by Bosch Power Tools. Just like Bosch Power Tools, this player got the job done through hard work, through grit, and through determination. Who is your Bosch Player of the Week?
Shoot, this guy could be player of the last 2 weeks. Jeremy Pena, shortstop for the Houston Astros. 14 for 30 on the week, 467 average, a homer, 7 runs driven in. He got moved to the leadoff spot, and in 16 games, Rosie, since moving to the leadoff spot, 406 average, 5 doubles, 3 homers, 15 runs driven in. He's hit safely in 16 of his last 17 and 30 of his last 32. I mean, this is the guy he should be right here. Maybe not to this degree, but he is an offensive-minded shortstop. Like he needs to be in the upper caliber of shortstops in the league, and he's proving it this year.
Yeah, good pick. Good pick. Not sure if you've noticed, but the Minnesota Twins have won 11 in a row. One of the guys who got a dub yesterday, Chris Paddock.
Yeah.
He is my player of the week against Baltimore. 7 shutout innings, allowed just 3 hits, only 3 strikeouts. So he's a team player. He lets the other kids behind him play. Only 1 walk. Last weekend against San Francisco, 7 1/3 of 1-run ball, 3 hits, 6 Ks, no walks. Really interesting career for him, right? His first year in the bigs with San Diego, his WAR was 2.9. And you're thinking, man, big, strong guy. He's just going to ascend from there. Over the next 5 years combined, his WAR was 0.3. Dealt with a ton of injuries, and when he was out there, he wasn't very good. I think he'll be a fascinating case study because he doesn't get a ton of strikeouts. He is not a strikeout dude. He's going to be a free agent after this year. And I think that people will try and tuck him in the back end of a rotation and hope they can get 165, 170 innings out of him. But he's been really, really good lately for your Twins, and a huge reason why they've now won 11 in a row.
Yeah, I mean, they signed him knowing he was hurt, and this was going to be the year they kind of reaped the benefits of a Chris Paddock. I know he came back last year, but he's been great. His first start, not so good. If you take that out, I think he's got a 2.9 on the rest of his starts. So, yeah, he's been a big reason. Twins have been looking good, man. Pitching, hitting, defense, kind of everything.
Today's episode of Baseball Today is sponsored by Bosch. When you pick up a Bosch power tool, it makes you feel empowered and confident and appreciated no matter what job lies ahead. You're simply going to crush it. As a global leader of power tools, measuring tools, and accessories, Bosch's innovative product solutions are built with quality engineering and precision in mind. The assortment of products ensures that you have the right tools in your toolbox to tackle a variety of tasks with relative ease. Bosch's 18-volt battery platform powers numerous tools, creating a consistent energy home base that keeps the brand's family of tools running. Like your favorite players on the field, Bosch Power Tools make sure that you are powered up and ready for anything that gets thrown your way, because the more you Bosch, the more you feel like a Bosch. Head on over to BoschTools.com today to learn more about the power tools you need to get the job done right each and every time. All right, we continue on here. First of 4 between the Astros and the Rangers. What a great pitchers duel we had. Hunter Brown's lone mistake was a Jake Berger home run. Good to see him actually hitting the ball well since his return from the minors. 8 innings, 9 Ks, 3 hits, no walks. His ERA on the season under 1.5. And how about Jacob deGrom? Thursday was the 11th anniversary of his major league debut. 8 innings of shutout ball, 7 Ks, 1 hit, 1 walk in Texas's 1-0 win. So are you more surprised with deGrom's return to dominance or Hunter Brown's emergence as the staff ace in Houston?
I think a lot of people saw Hunter Brown kind of, on this route. He's obviously, I think, exceeded expectations at the beginning of the year. So I'm more surprised with deGrom coming back and looking the way that he has looked. And the pitch count has been getting up there this year, which I thought is really cool. You never know, are they going to have kitty gloves on him or not? But he's thrown 96 pitches in a game. That was on April 18th. This last start against Texas hit it again. So 96 pitches. He's gone into the 6 5 times in 9 starts. So you're seeing this guy kind of work like how he's supposed to work, and that's really refreshing to see. The numbers this year are even better than his career numbers, which are fantastic. And obviously, him and the rest of the Rangers pitching staff is the reason why they're kind of sitting there, still in contention. They've been great, and he's obviously been the leader of that rotation.
Yeah, deGrom, Molly, and Evaldi, 3 of the top 7 ERAs in baseball. There's only
Don't sleep on Patrick Corbin, man.
Yeah, Patrick Corbin, he's been insane. At some point, we will certainly sit down and break down how the hell he's had his resurgence. One of the few guys that's ahead of that trio of Rangers is Hunter Brown, and so I do want to focus on him. He allowed his first homer last night in nearly 51 innings when he gave up the shot to Berger. Only his second allowed this season. Only once in 9 starts has he failed to work at least 6 full innings. He's had 5 games of 9 strikeouts, 1 of 8, 1 of 7. And in the last 365 days, only Paul Skeens has a lower ERA among starters than Hunter Brown.
His stuff looks so tight right now.
I know.
Everything is so crisp.
You know what I loved about him? Did you listen to his post-game press conference?
I did not.
Okay. He was pissed. He was pissed. He was like, because they were trying to get him. When you lose 1-0, like, okay, you made one mistake. And other than that, he was freaking dominant. And so people were trying to get him to maybe be appreciative of, hey, sometimes one little mistake can cost you. It happens. He's like, I wasn't good enough tonight. I was like, whoa, the hell you weren't, bro. You were definitely good enough. But I kind of like that. And everybody to a man, I saw 3 or 4 other quotes from his teammates talking about what a dog he is and how much this means to him. They are in good hands. We've had this discussion before. We don't know what this means for the future of Framber Valdez after this year in terms of an extension, or if they're going to let him walk, which they've done with so many of their good players that have helped them get to the mountaintop. But they are in good hands in terms of a pace setter for that rotation for years to come.
Oh yeah, I mean, he looks like every bit of like an old school, workhorse as well. 170 innings last year. He's leading the American League in innings this year at 56 and a third already. Walks are down, strikeouts are up. Like things are It was a little bit of a breakout year for him last year. So again, I think people, maybe not to this extent, but you expected him to kind of capitalize on that and kind of take that next step. 3.49 last year over 30 starts. Pretty damn good. He's a good pitcher, obviously.
Went to Wayne State University in Michigan. Wow, it's the same place that Hall of Famer Ted Simmons went to school. Who knew? Do you know who Ted Simmons is?
He talks football, doesn't he?
No. Ted Simmons was a switch hitting catcher.
Who am I thinking is Simmons? Bill Simmons.
That's Bill Simmons. He talks basketball
He talks basketball
very successfully
I
and
don't even know
sells
who we're talking
companies
about.
very successfully as well.
Yeah, okay.
Does that too. There you go.
Sorry, Ted and Bill.
We got some other fun series this weekend. By the way, what do you think of them branding it Rivalry Weekend?
Love it.
You do?
Yeah, I mean, these games, honestly, Chris, maybe some of them aren't actual rivals.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think, that your guards in Cincinnati are actually rivals, but I think it's fun for the fans. Like, the fans might be rivals of each other.
Okay.
Minnesota and Milwaukee,
Hmm?
some of the best games that they're going to play all year long are those games. They're always packed, and the fan bases travel to each spot. Like, I think it's awesome. I actually think we need more of it. Realignment, maybe. I don't know.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm happy to hear that you're in. So, as I mentioned, there are other fun series. You talked about Brewers who are trying to slow down the Twins with that 11-game winning streak. Terry Francona does get to manage against his old team, the Cleveland Guardians, when they come to the Queen City. You got the Battle of the Show Me State, St. Louis at Kansas City. Braves and Red Sox highlighted by Sale against Crochet tonight. What is catching your eye the most?
God, they're all really good. Like, I like Terry Francona going and seeing, like, I think he's going to tell his boys, see, that's how the game's supposed to be played right there. Because the Reds have not been playing good ball as of late, and your Guardians continue just to do it. 19 shutout innings to start the series off in their last one, obviously. I'll go with the Braves and Red Sox because I like the Chris Sale versus the new Chris Sale, quote unquote, with Garrett Crochet. And I was looking up, I said, how many times has Chris Sale faced the Red Sox since not being a White Sox? And it's just once last year. 10 strikeouts in that game. So, like, obviously, I think that's going to be fun to watch. And then Garrett Crochet, who's been absolutely lights out. I just think that matchup is really cool. They're different pitchers. I get why the comparison is made. But I want to give this one to Chris Sale. I want to see him go out there and say, hey, I was first. I'm a Hall of Famer, I think. Actually, I just said that. I don't even know. I got to look it up. So I want him to win. I don't know what that says about me. I think it just says
I know he's not a Hall of Famer yet because you have to be retired 5 years and he's still playing. But this will be his return to Boston with the Braves. Last year they faced each other in Atlanta. So, right? So that'll be nice.
Is Chris Sale a Hall of Famer? Drop it in the comments below.
Oh, look at you.
2,000 innings pitched. He's got 2,400 strikeouts, 2,478. That's a lot of strikeouts, Chris.
Yep.
A 306, a 53.5 WAR. Like, kind of sounds like a Hall of Famer to me.
Got his Cy Young last year.
Cy Young, a Triple Crown, 8-time All-Stars. You want a Gold Glove? That's crazy.
Yeah, the number of top 5 or 6 Cy Young finishes is going to help him immensely. I think he's got at least 1 or 2 runner-up. Yeah, I think we've done that talk before, and I think that he is definitely trending in that direction. And I think that he wants to keep pitching a little bit longer. And so 3,000 strikeouts. Remember, the only lefties that have it are Randy, Carlton, and CeCe, I believe. I think those are the 3 lefties that have 3,000 strikeouts.
Koufax didn't get it?
No, didn't pitch long.
Yeah, I didn't pitch long enough. You're right.
For me, the series that is catching my eye, it won't be Francona going against his old team because it's not in Cleveland. We'll see you in early June for that one. Then it'll be really interesting. Kansas City won 17 of 23, and I believe the Cards have won something like 10 of 11 or 11 of 12, whatever. So this is going to be a really, really big series. And I wanted to, we talked about St. Louis earlier this week, that they've gotten really solid starting pitching. Their bullpen has been phenomenal, especially over the last 10 days. They've had guys in their everyday lineup that have really woken up and carried them the last several weeks. With Kansas City, it has been this formula. Their starting pitching, World Series caliber. We have mentioned that several times. Their bullpen has been very dependable, and it's basically Bobby Witt and Maikel Garcia and nobody else. In fact, no other regular has an OPS over 710. So is this the series? We're now 2 months in. Like, this isn't, let's, we're 6 weeks in. Let's start going. Let's start rolling. And I'm talking about our buddy Vinny Pasquantino and Salvador Perez and guys like that. They have 29 homers as a team. We're
That's
quarter of the
crazy.
way through the season,
That's
29
crazy.
homers, which is 47 fewer than the Yankees have, who lead baseball. 47 fewer. Come on, dudes.
Yeah, I'm excited for the Cardinals. They're playing obviously a really great brand of baseball, and their lineup has been getting kind of great contributions from some of their younger guys. Victor Scott II's been great. We know Brandon Donovan started off really good, but now Alec Burleson is going. Wilson Contreras is going. Mason Wynn just had a really good series. So they're getting contributions from kind of all over the place. And you mentioned, the bullpen has been phenomenal for them. They're sitting pretty. Yeah. I got to imagine if you're a St. Louis Cardinals fan, I don't know what you're thinking right now. Like, hell yeah. Like, this was supposed to be a silly year where we don't really contend, but here they are, 1 game back of the Cubs, 24-20.
Yeah, I still want to see. I want to see them make it all the way through June for me to believe that they're going to be in it for the rest of the year. Because I think it's fair to say after 6 weeks, you could have a hot 6 weeks as a team, and teams completely fall out of it. I want to see where they are.
Hey, Mason Wynn, your 23-year-old shortstop, has an 836 OPS right now.
He's a good player, man. He's a really good player. All right, yesterday celebrated the 9-year anniversary of the Roogie Odor punch to the grill of Jose Bautista sliding into second. Jimmy brought back his breakdown, or maybe did a breakdown. I forget if he had done it in years past and brought it back or released a new one. Whatever. It was the shot heard around the world at the time because it was so clean and the glasses went flying. Do you think this is the thing that you will remember for both of their respective careers?
I think for Roogie, yes, not for Bautista.
It's the home run, right?
It's the homer, and I just saw him hit so many homers, so maybe I'm a little bit different, but I think a lot of baseball fans remember this. The bat flip before bat flips were allowed.
Yeah, this is a playoff game, and all I remember was, were you okay with Jose Bautista's bat flip?
God, dude.
Are you kidding me?
Hell yes. When did it happen? When did we get like that? Because one fascinating thing that we've discovered at this company is when Jimmy and Jake during COVID sat down and watched all the old school baseball games, and they're like, dude, guys used to pimp stuff so much.
Yeah.
And like the old heads were like, well, that never happened in our day. They're like, yes, it did all the time.
Totally. Absolutely.
And then all of a sudden we became, you can't do anything. During my career, Chris, I wasn't allowed to celebrate anything. Act like you've been there before, Rook. And then this happens, heat of the moment, just natural feeling comes out. And yeah, we're questioning it instead of being like, holy shit, what a homer.
Stupid.
What happened to our society? We used to be a functioning society. We need to get back to it. I think we are, though.
I'll tell you what I think happened. I think
pitchers got all free. Oh, well.
I think when every game started to be played on TV every night, and we saw it all the time. Did you see this? Did you see that? Did you see this? When I was growing up, not every game wasn't on and readily available. So you missed a lot of shit. You had to go to the newspaper the next day to find out what happened in a lot of the leagues. So
can I say something?
Please do.
I would much rather have a pitcher celebrating a strikeout, a batter bat flipping doing his thing, than these dumb home run things in the dugout. I was off them when they first started.
Yeah,
and then I was like, okay, I guess I got to get on them because every freaking team's. I hate them still.
Yeah, you're
what are we doing, dude? This is the freaking big leagues, and you're like, for instance, the Twins. You know, I got love the Spartan helmet. Like, we don't need that. Like, you don't need to have something every time someone hits a homer, guys.
Okay,
I'm out on it, Chris.
I know you are.
What do the Guardians do?
I just think they do some sort of little maybe hand celebration around, but I don't think they don't.
They don't have like a thing.
I don't think so. Not in the dugout.
Maybe it's phasing out. I
think it is phased. It has phased out a little bit. You know, the Astros during their run, they did the pose
Oh,
dugout. They
camera.
do
Yeah.
the mean mug. Yeah, look at. I do want to leave us with this since we started this topic with the Odor Batista fight. It's Fight Friday for me. It is my favorite baseball fight of all time, and I know it's just a reason to show the video. 1984 Padres Braves. I was actually watching this game because it was a Superstation TBS. That's Greg Nettles going against the late Donnie Moore, and this went on for seemingly 20 minutes, where you would have little dust-ups in front of the dugout. This is in front of the Braves dugout. And then it trickled into the Padres dugout where some Braves fans started to want to. That's Tim Flannery, the old third base coach for the Giants during their World Series run. Gene Garber pulling him out and Glenn Hubbard holding him back. This is some good stuff. Then you actually got over to the other dugout where Ed Whitson, who was a pitcher for the Padres, I think he had gotten kicked out earlier. He comes back. He's shirtless. He is shirtless and staring at everybody. And there were fans that were trying to get in the dugout and do shit with the Padres. Fans were getting beat up. Go look at this one. I know that Jimmy did a breakdown of this one. And if not, just go watch the whole 30-minute YouTube. It's
all these guys are all beamed up on greenies and that, the potent coffee that they'd have in the clubhouse right there. My goodness.
Yeah, there's some good stuff. Bringing back some childhood
Bringing
memories.
back some greenies and some brawls, baby.
Yeah. All right, dude. What do you got this weekend? Anything fun?
I got a couple games on Sunday for my youth team, and that's really it. The other sports, soccer and basketball, have kind of they're done now.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, kind of an easy weekend for me. I might grill some stuff up. I don't know.
Yeah.
Watch some baseball. How about you?
Yeah, I mean, Michelle and I'll hang out. Who knows? When you have grown kids, forget it. It's like a hotel. They sleep here, and maybe they order room service, and that's about it. Other than that, they're just on their own.
Kick in the butt and say, "Let's go do some." I heard the Minecraft movie's great. I heard also the last Mission Impossible is great, so maybe I'll go see a movie.
Yeah, we did. We went out to the baseball game last night and then had family dinner, which I was like, afterward, I'm driving home. I'm like, this was nice. Can we do this more often?
Don't be that guy. I'm gonna hug my kids so much. Like I already do. If I'm like,
stop.
I'm not gonna kiss you on the mouth like Tom Brady. I'm gonna hug you though.
Oh yeah, you should absolutely.
When the first day that they come out of school and I'm picking up and they don't give me a hug, it's gonna be the last time.
Yeah. No. Hug your kids as much as you can. I used to kiss my dad on his forehead every night before I went to bed. My dad wasn't he was a wonderful, wonderful man. But he was born in 1928.
Yeah,
so he didn't grow up in the most affectionate time. And so, but and now I miss that.
Yeah. My family, growing up, I don't know how much I even heard the word "I love you," and like I had great parents. We were not affectionate.
Yeah, got to do that.
I don't feel like I wasn't loved as a kid. I was loved, but
you're loved here.
We were not like outwardly showing it.
You know what, everybody in the comments, tell Trevor how much. You love him
I don't want that.
Why you love him? Why you love him and how much you appreciate him. We're gonna We're gonna set a comments record now. I can feel it. All right,
I love all of you listening out there and watching us, so thank you very much.
Everybody have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. For our one-of-a-kind producer, Dan Rourke, our awesome intern, Sawyer. That is the uber-talented and much-loved Trevor Plouffe. I am Chris Rose. We will see you Monday here on Baseball Today.